Happy Monday, guys. So I'm getting ready to cook before I have to take Clay to her dentist appointment. So this is going to be a video on my mother's meatloaf recipe. Sorry about the TV in the background. I'm taking the kitchen, show you a quick, easy meat meal meatloaf recipe with minimal ingredients and quick and easy. So let me take you. Okay, so I have ground beef. I have 2 pounds because normally I used to use 1 pound, but now they make them so small. Need to double up. Breadcrumbs, I'm gonna use about a cup of those. 2 eggs to bind it. Tomato sauce to put in and on top of the meatloaf. Dried onion soup. You can get basically any flavor that they have in the store, like mushroom or onion. I usually get onion. I usually use a green bell pepper, but I don't have one, so I'm going to use a small orange one. That's what I'm going to start making, so I will get the bowl out and be back. So along with the meatloaf, I'm going to make potatoes. I sometimes put them in a pressure cooker because it only takes 5 minutes to cook once it actually builds up the pressure, but building up the pressure takes a minute. But I'm just going to peel and put it in the pot. So now just rest it. These are Idaho. Yeah. So I'm gonna wash these off, peel them, and then get them boiling on the stove. And I'm gonna preheat the oven to 350. Okay, so I got my 2 pounds of ground beef. You can use ground turkey. I'd rather not because it dries it out. I got my bell pepper very, very finely. I'm going to put that in the meat. Add Lipton dry soup. I'm going to add my cup of breadcrumbs and then the eggs to bind it, and then my seasonings. This is what I'm using: onion powder, garlic powder, seasoned salt, some black pepper, except for my tomato sauce. So this is going to get messy. I haven't put my seasonings in yet, that you have to get in there and mix everything with your hands. I do have some gloves, but I don't know where they at, and yeah, it's going to get kind of messy, so I'll be back. Okay, so I just poured a little bit of the tomato sauce. It's one of my favorite brands for that, and I'm getting ready to season it and then go back in and mix it around. So I just finished mixing everything. I think I used about a 1/4 cup of tomato sauce. I didn't measure. I just kind of poured a little bit in there. That's to keep it all moist. I'm gonna put it into a baking pan or casserole. I just sprayed it with some avocado oil, and then I'm going to dump the meat in the casserole and shape it like a loaf. You can also use like a loaf pan as well. I just put it in a casserole dish because it's a little bigger than my loaf pan. So this is how it's going to look. I'm gonna just came out perfectly in the shape that I wanted it to. And I just shape it like that. And that's it. I'm going to cover this, bake it for about 30 minutes, and then it's almost done. I'll pour the rest of the tomato sauce on top of it, uncover it, and bake it for another like 15 minutes. And it's done. So it's very, very easy. It's one of my mom's recipes. She's been making this way for years, and then I just kind of learned it, and I know it by heart. So very, very simple recipe and meal idea that takes 30-45 minutes to make. So I'm gonna put that in the oven. My I was about to say eggs. My potatoes are boiling. I'm gonna wait till they get fork tender, drain them, butter, salt and pepper. I'm gonna use my hand mixer, which makes it a lot easier than mashing it with your hand, and with corn and crescent rolls. So I will be back. So I'm back, y'all. My potatoes are done. I underestimated. I had my meatloaf in there for about 30 minutes, so it's been about 40 minutes because I put it back in there. It was still a little pale. So maybe because it's 2 pounds, probably need 45 minutes to an hour, just depending on your oven. So I'm out to my potatoes. Got whole milk. Move, boy. Whole milk, unsalted butter, pepper, and Himalayan pink salt or sea salt. And I'm about to blend it up with my hand mixer. Okay, so this is like now, it's not all that brown, but with the tomato sauce, and cook it without the foil on. And I'm just pouring it on top here. Some people use ketchup, never did. This is just what I've been using for years. Get back in. Another like 15 minutes to check it. I'm working on my toes. It's hard, this little bowl, because I'm trying not to get it everywhere. I feel like digging. I have a way bigger bowl, but I don't feel like digging that out of the cabinet. So I'm trying to make it work. So I'm seasoning it. Just a little. And that's about it. So I'll be back. Okay, so I got my corn. I just got the Del Monte whole kernel corn. Put some like a tablespoon of butter in here and some pepper, some salt, and that's on medium now. Crescent rolls. So it's done. And I'll take out my meatloaf and plate it up, and I'll show you that, and then we can eat before I have to take her to the dentist at 5 o'clock. So I'll be back. Okay, so this is a finished product. Meatloaf, potatoes, corn, croissant. And that's it. So hopefully you enjoy the recipe. If you try it, please comment below and let me know how it was. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.